take. The King James Version of the Bible should not be used in preaching, teaching, or especially evangelism. The King James Version should only be used for personal devotional, like the Message, since it makes no sense in modern English. We're getting dislikes for that. I've got some scriptures in the King James translation. I want you to tell me what the scripture's talking about. And if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, ye shall not vex him. But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you. And thou shalt love him as thyself, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. What's this about?
It's definitely in the Old Testament. It's God speaking to someone.
100%. God's always speaking to us, brother.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna be honest, dude. I'm young. This is where King James, right? I love how people use it. Yeah, I got no beef with the guy. There's a lot of controversy around the King James. Just look in the history of King James, how it got formed, what King James did in order for it to get formed. But when it comes to preaching and teaching, Ed just pretty much demonstrated. I had no idea. We're not going to limit it to don't use King James Version. Go for it. As long as you're professing Jesus and as long as you're proclaiming Jesus is Lord, then I'm fine with you, mate. But if you want to use the King James Version, just make sure you're communicating clearly. What does vex mean? So I've got to figure that out. I'm going to Google that after this. But we're about to go into 2026. The average Joe doesn't even know what that is, bro. And if you're going to evangelize to people, don't run around saying this, thy, that. These old school languages. You're not more holy because you do that, bro. It's a lot easier if you just use a translation that's going to actually speak to the person who's reading it. If I got a new Christian who's just come to church and I'm going to give them a Bible, I'm not giving them the King James. I'm going to give them either the NIV. I'm going to give them something that's clearly communicated because they're in the milk. Paul talks about it. People start off on the milk. I think even James talks about it. And it's you start off with the milk and they're developing, they're growing, and they're maturing in the Lord. And eventually they get to the meat. What does that mean? Then they get to choose what translation they want to use because they do their own study. They do their own thing. They should get to the point where they could choose their own translation, not just get stuck on King James the whole time or whatever you give them. So.
Yeah, and I think what you said, the compromise should be when it comes to personal devotional reading of the Bible, King James is fine. But when you share it, can you at least use the new King James because it's being updated?